going on, players, and welcome back to Hertha Hero with Hertha Berlin on Football Manager 2020 with me, Foggy Plays. Today we're taking on Hoffenheim because I recorded the Bayern Munich game and we lost. Of course we lost. Of course. Football Manager doesn't want to make this easy on anybody. They got a new manager, so that's why they beat us. I'm putting it down to that. That's exactly why they beat us. That's the only reason they beat us. It wasn't the fact that our team was really poor. Really poor. So, as you can see, 4-point gap at the top of the league, 2 games left, and we did win our Pokal game. As you can see, we're playing Borussia Dortmund in the final in 2 weeks' time. Since we were here last, the Borussia Dortmund game where we won, of course we won because we were fantastic. Next game we got trashed. Oh, we were beaten to a pulp by Cologne in the league. Alexander Michael scored an own goal, which was one of those ones where it just kind of pinged around in the box, hit a player and rolled over the line. He then went and scored a free kick not long after. Then the Sulker scored, and then they got another one, a penalty from in the 30th minute, which I think Michael gave away. And then Arne Meyer decided he wanted to try and kill the Sulker, got himself sent off. So he was doing his part. Then in the Pokal, obviously we beat Cologne in the Pokal, like 3 days later. Delict and Kyle George scoring. Kyle George hadn't scored in a while, and he finally got one for us then, and it was delightful. I was so very happy. Then we went and beat Frankfurt 3-0. Matthias Delict just went, fucking, I'm going to score a hat-trick, and he did. Funnily enough, they had, Frankfurt had a player sent off just before the halftime whistle. We did play a little bit of a rotated side for this game, and we absolutely dominated. Then we went and played Bayern Munich, as I said. Could have won the league in their stadium for the second year in a row. We did not. We weren't very good. Eduardo Luiz got himself sent off for a stupid second bookable offence. And we weren't great. We were not a good football team on the day. So less than ideally, Borussia Dortmund won their last game against Werder Bremen, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Werder Bremen 2-0. So Catrone needs to start scoring himself some goals. He hasn't scored in, I'm going to say, a while. I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure he hasn't scored. The last time he scored was a hat-trick against Werder Bremen 6 games ago. Not scored for 6 games. After that hat-trick, he has just been awful. So very, very poor. He's only scored 6 in the last 20. Wow. I did not realize he was playing that poorly. Fantastic. We have made a couple of transfers. We're bringing in Akbar Shafai. I was originally, for the last 2 seasons, doing all of the scouting myself, where I was like telling everyone where I wanted them to go. Changed my mind, decided it was taking too long. I was having to set things up every couple of months. Things were coming up and they were saying it was taking me too long to set it up. Decided to let Lika, my chief scout, go out and kind of tell everyone what to do. Found this guy, looks okay. He's like 3.5 star. 19 years old, could come good. Playing for Fulad out in Iran. Why not? Josep might be coming in from Tenerife, which would be delightful. The other players you've seen already. Rafael Guerrero is off to Trabzonspor in July at the end of his contract. And we're looking to bring in Adair from Watford. He's been in quite good scoring form this year. They signed him not too long ago for 32.5 million. He's been really quite good this year. So we're activating his release clause and going to bring him in. I'm intending on getting rid of at least one of our current strikers. Don't think Catrone is going to be leaving. So it's going to be Esposito or Kyle George is going to have to make way. We'll find out who of those players does leave. Esposito is unhappy. Still hasn't gotten over the fact that in January he wanted to leave and I didn't let him leave, and then I offered him out to clubs. This FM sometimes doesn't make sense. We have dropped support in all sorts of areas. Most of the players still like us, but we have changed formations because of the way the it's been going recently. We're going back to a DM. We don't have an actual DM at the club at the moment, having sold Bruno Cairan. Means we're without a DM. We do have plenty of DMs here in these unavailable, unregistered players because they're all 16. But next year we have plenty of them. So for this game, we are slightly short of passing. No, we're going to go more direct because that's been working. We have Bingham in goal, Horvath and Michael as our wingbacks, Delict and Garvidal as our centre backs, Arne Meyer, Szoboszlai and Zach as our midfield trio. Arne Meyer's going to play as a regista, Catrone and Melchior as our wide men, with Caio George up front. Vinicius Jr.'s form has been terrible, and along with Catrone's has been shocking. 6.5. Melchior's 6.5. He's not played a whole lot of games this year, so I'm going to give him an opportunity to prove that he should be in the team. Munoz's form has dropped off rapidly in the last couple of weeks. Brassier's form has been terrible. Esposito is carrying a knock, so he's going to sit this one out. But yeah, Catrone, 31 goals. He hasn't scored for so long, as you saw. What I might do actually is be a rum later. What's the worst that could happen? Melchior. I'm starting to think that maybe Melchior isn't going to come good. My Luxembourg favorite kid, my favorite Luxembourg player at the club, because we do have two. Melchior, it's not really worked out. We may have to consider loaning him out at some point, or we just keep him because he looks like a vampire, and I quite like that. Although to be fair, I would say I gave him that fist. I didn't give him that fist. That's the one that the game gave him. So let's see. I am going to be aggressive, and I'm going to say a win here or nothing else. I did before the Bayern Munich game do the talk of I expect you to win the league, and they didn't enjoy that. So I was like, okay, we'll be nice and say for this game, we don't expect you to win the league. It's just a game. So if we don't win today, I'm going to be super pissed. Melchior's won the ball, come forward, and that was more of a back pass. But we'll, he hasn't played for a while, for us anyway. He's been absolutely dominating the third division for our B team. Melchior, he's definitely up for today's game, if nothing else. Tries to scoop it past Radu, but Radu isn't having any of it. Hoffenheim are one of these teams where we've never lost to them, but it's just Martin Zach manages to keep a hold of it, and Catrone runs away from the ball. He's supposed to be a roam dider, like a space invader, and instead he's like, I'm just going to run away from the ball, away from the space. Don't understand. Michael Garvidal, Caio George back the net. I think Esposito is the one that's going to be leaving, because he's unhappy. He's not been scoring a lot recently because of it. I know he's outscored Caio George. I think we can get more money for Esposito. So come the summer, don't be surprised if Esposito's gone. And also don't be surprised if Pielo has left. And I'm definitely going to be keeping some of the midfielders that we loaned out this year. We could have definitely done with Zanino the last couple of months, with our midfield picking up bookings and injuries. It has kind of screwed us a little bit. But I gave Zanino a loan for the season to Gladbach, I think it was. I think he's gone to Gladbach. Because of that, we've only really had like 4 central midfielders, which ordinarily is always enough, but it's not this season. This season we've struggled with injuries more so. We always have bookings. That's just part and parcel with the way we play. So I'm not overly annoyed when players get multiple yellow cards, but when we get injuries, it's frustrating because like Zach and Szoboszlai and Meyer all struggling in this game, but there isn't much I can really do about it because we don't actually have a central midfielder on the bench. because we only have 4, and 3 of them are currently on the pitch. I'm going to say I am far from pleased. I'm going to tell these 3 that I am not happy. I'm also going to say to Melchware that I'm not happy because he's been fine, I guess. I'm going to say to Horvath as well. I do want everyone fired up for that second half. Nobody's been booked, which is a good start. Who's on 75? Some Young Ho. I'm going to try and get him on at some point so he can get his medal for winning the league, because Some Young Ho deserves a medal. I just find it funny that his name is Some Young Ho. I know I called him Some Young Ho, but still, I find it funny. I might have to do like a massive tactical change to get one of these midfielders out of here. They're not playing well. They really are not playing well. We're going to ask for a bit of creativity. It looked like Melchware was being held back, but nothing was given. Horvath picks up the ball. Arne Meyer spreads it out to Michael, who somehow gets past his man and then really poorly crosses it. Garvidal back to Bingham. De Ligt, who has been, to be fair, with all our poor form, De Ligt has been quite good. So I can't really complain about him too much. He did score a hat-trick and he's a centre-back. How many centre-backs do you know score hat-tricks? Exactly, none. Michael, Zach, he's absolutely clattered that one over. Alright, we are going to make a change because Szoboszlai was just Szoboszlai really who's playing poorly. We could do this. Like you would deep lane play. To be fair, for Hungary, Szoboszlai plays as a DM. So it wouldn't be too unheard of for him to actually play there. Not going to. Play him as an attack midfielder. No. What have we got on the bench that we can bring on? So I know we could put De Ligt here as a halfback. Let these two to run really far forward, and then bring on Some Young Ho, who is first to be on the left. What does Garvidal want? Garvidal wants to be on the left as well, I think. So we're gonna have Some Young Ho, not as a ball playing defender. Can you play as a ball playing defender? Yeah, not really. We're not going to ask you to do something you're not really comfortable doing. Do that. Press play. Moved everyone around a tad. I'm going to take off Melchware I'm going to take him off now. Melchware is going to come off for Gracier. Give him an opportunity to get a bit of a run around. Let him stretch his legs. See how he gets on. Do I want to make a final substitution? No, I'm not going to take off Trona. I want to take off Martin Zach. Like I said, we don't have anyone to bring on for him. Nobody can play in central midfield apart from Arne Meyer, who is next to him. We're only one up, so I can't really. No, that's where we're going to leave it for now. I'm going to ask for a bit of passion. Michael with the unnecessarily long throw to nobody. Radu gets it away to Philip Max. Gets it forward to Horvath. Ball is crossfield. Garvidal gets there, heads it away to Arne Meyer. Gets it to Kyo George. Back to Some Young Ho. Nice pass to Catrone. So just about gets past Philip Max, who then tackles him and gets himself sent off. Fantastic. Jan Sasser is coming on. Philip Max been sent off. They've lost a winger. Now they've gone very narrow. Michael steps up to take a free kick. And back of the net, Alexander Michael, Canadian extraordinaire. He's the most Canadian you've ever met. Without a doubt. We're going to bring on Payello. play on the right. Two of them as inside forwards with a complete forward up front. Sounds spicy to me. We've won the league if the game stays as it is, because by the looks of Borussia Dortmund have just taken the lead in their game. 4-point gap now. With 5 minutes, can ClaytsFM get on the score sheet again? Can Paello score for the first time in, was it 24 games? Not 24 full games, but like 24 games since he last scored. But ClaytsFM steals the ball, gets past his man, and can't get it past the keeper. Radu's had a good game today, to be fair. Arne Meyer to Zach Meyer, Gracier. It's hacked down by Pedro Porro, who gets himself his 13th yellow card of the season. Are we sure he isn't playing for us? That sounds like the kind of defender we have. We won the league. That's all that matters. Fantastic. Look at me there going, well done, lads. Well done. Never doubted you. Some young ho, first game of the season, gets to lift the trophy. Some young ho, huh? What's your real name? What's it? Sung Hyun. Well, to be fair, not too far from his real name. I think that was an acceptable name change. That wasn't just me picking some random South Korean guy and going, Sung Young Ho. But anyway, we won the league. I think I've confused my game. Passionate, congratulations, enjoy your success. Who had a good game? Michael. He had a fantastic second half. What an improvement in the second half. Not going to say anything much more, or suppose I leave the two of them. We won the league. Important. Liverpool is top spot. I think it's almost the final day of the season. Jonathan David did score in the 84th minute. Unfortunately, we were after going 2 up at the same time. And we've won the league yet again 4 seasons in a row now. 4 seasons in a row. Get in. Hertha do the double. 4 straight Bundesliga. Some young ho makes Hertha Berlin sport club debut. Win the Bundesliga 5 years ahead of schedule. Every year. Every time we win the Bundesliga, they push it 1 year further away. So consecutive Bundesliga wins for Hertha Berlin. Spokesman for the fans declared that Plays was doing great things for the team and that his prize was just reward for all the hard work. Club favourite Pal Derde revealed his satisfaction at the season's achievement. Pal Derde, we love you. You didn't see me. We love you. Yeah, we were expected to win it, to be fair. So, 4 times in a row. We should have won it this season as well, but we didn't because we were big bottle jobs. Sagarel's having a good time on loan at Augsburg. Scored 2 shots on target, or 2 shots on target, 2 goals. Utter domination for him. Michael on form for an easy victory. Defensive work was passing was a joy to behold. One tackle. ClaytsFM is now being linked with 107 million. No, you're not getting him for 107 million. He still has 4 years left, 3 years left on his deal. He ain't leaving for less than 200. He's also not the one I'm looking to sell. So, what was I? Leagues in focus. Liverpool. Yeah. Ooh. I should have gone to the Premier League. What happened on this? Oh, United beat Liverpool. So United could win their 3rd title of the season. Nobody cares about. To be fair, Tottenham could still finish ahead of Man City. Just saying. And they're playing Wolves on the final day. Man City play Leicester. This is a Leicester who have Shane Long in charge. Remember, Shane Long. Could be the what is it? The something that spoiled the something? Yeah. Exactly. Man United play Sheffield United, who are already relegated. Liverpool play Preston. Okay. So both teams are playing teams that have already been relegated. The 17th of May should be an interesting day in English football. Very interesting indeed. So we're going to leave it there for today. When you come back tomorrow, Borussia Dortmund in the Pokal final. We're probably going to be playing this formation again. I think this is probably what we're going to go towards for next season. Have maybe, if Muniz gets his act together, play him out here, Vinicius Jr. over here, unless I get rid of Vinicius Jr. That is definitely something I've been considering of late. He had a very slow start to the season. Been fine, but he's been so very, very hit and miss. Like last season, he was absolutely amazing. This year, he's been trash panda. So maybe we look to shift him as well. But we've already been through all this yesterday. Not much has changed in terms of what I'm considering. Some players I am looking at getting rid of. We have to wait and see if they actually do leave or if I decide to keep them. So, tomorrow is Pokal final day against Borussia Dortmund. Yet again. It's the same as what happened last year. Can we win again? Which would be, icing on the cake. Thank you very much for watching, fellas. If you have enjoyed, please do make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I don't know what. I think I went to put comment and subscribe together and went column. Thank you for watching, fellas. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.